Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. VP chooses VP. Pakistani man charged. Castration bill and race of the year. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, Kamala Harris chose the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, to be her vice presidential running mate, trying to shore up her progressive base. A man who has taken drastic steps to make Minnesota as much like California as possible. Driver's licenses for illegal aliens, sanctuary city policies, some calling him Tampon Tim, for signing a bill that provides tampons in every school bathroom, including the boys' room. She announced this before a rally in Philadelphia, leading many to believe that her VP pick was going to be the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, after we found out that the Butler rally that Trump got shot in the head in, that was the only Trump event of the entire year with Secret Service snipers. We now find out that the Justice Department charged a Pakistani man who allegedly has ties to the Iranian government for seeking to carry out an assassination on Donald Trump. This is the case that prompted the government to increase security for Donald Trump. A Seif merchant, 46 years old, is accused of traveling to New York City and working with a hitman to carry out the assassination in late August or early September. Louisiana just passed a bill, yet to be signed, that would allow a judge to sentence certain sex offenders to surgical castration. Now, opponents are saying that this would be cruel and unusual punishment. But is it? It's reserved for people who commit a sexual offense against a child under 13. This is not chemical castration, which is a medicine that blocks testosterone production and decreases sex drive. This is surgical, irreversible, the removal of testicles. Some argue that the government should instead put more effort on rehabilitation. Maybe the best race of the Olympics so far, the men's 1 mile run. NBC before the race had this piece on the guy from Norway who was supposed to win and his rival, this guy from Great Britain, but there were 3 Americans in the race. The guy from Norway was ahead the entire time, but right at the end, an American, Cole Hocker, he tried to pass once, couldn't get past, then tried again and was able to chase them all down. Another American got third, missed silver by 100th of a second. My whole life I've heard about the 4-minute mile. This guy won the gold, 3:27. I'm Mike Slater, Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
Are you feeling the impact of recent timeshare industry changes? Now more than ever, the costs of timeshare ownership far outweigh the benefits. My friends at Lone Star Transfer are the only company I trust to help you get out. Our listeners' positive feedback demonstrates why I've supported the company for years. For more than a decade, they have helped over 20,000 owners get out of the timeshare. Their exclusive options can help you get out faster and easier, more than any other option in the country. They are the only company that will give you a written guarantee and release you from your timeshare in a specific time frame. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews, customer service is their top priority. For free consultation and a guaranteed solution, please call 855-551-7066. That's 855-551-7066, or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Wednesday, the stock market turbulence should help the Trump campaign if it can clearly define what's actually happening. And that is a big if. The American economy is driven by consumer spending, and many of us are simply out of cash. The punishing inflation caused by bad Biden policies, such as massive federal spending and attacking the fossil fuel industry, have depleted take-home pay as consumers struggle with the high cost of everything. Kamala Harris wants to impose even higher taxes on corporations, which of course would then pass that expense onto the folks in the form of higher prices. That's what always happens. Kamala says she will punish price gouging, but she can't. It's still a free marketplace, although Ms. Harris despises that. She wants the federal government to control the economy, the signature socialist philosophy. If tax cutter Donald Trump would explain the potential catastrophic danger to all Americans, he would surge in the polls. The slogan might be, "Wanna suffer more economically? Kamala will make it happen. And if she wins the election in November, she will make it happen, just like Biden did." I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Okay, let's go to the mail. Larry Anderson, Jamestown, New York, upstate. Bill, I have a feeling Republicans are doomed if Donald Trump doesn't learn to forget the past and be more aware of what he's saying. Stephen Egley, Reno, Nevada. I find extremely depressing that your latest poll shows 60% of your listeners, this is on BillO'Reilly.com, think Kamala Harris can win. Why would you be depressed on that? The audience on BillO'Reilly.com, No Spin News, is as honest as any audience in the world. And the question was, do you think she could win? And they're answering honestly. So the poll is still up there on BillO'Reilly.com, but I wasn't surprised by that. Every poll question we've ever had, people asked honestly. Thomas Glavins, Providence, Rhode Island. Today's message of the day clearly illustrates why Trump's lack of self-control will lead to his defeat in November. Okay, I'm not convinced, but the debate, remember the debate, huge. John, Bill, your analysis of the current political situation, while honest and truthful, does absolutely nothing for my nerves. I'm not here to be a sedative, John. Okay? You know me. I'm going to tell you the truth, even if it hurts. Susan, the election is Trump's to win or lose, and if he keeps up the personal attacks and doesn't focus on issues, he will lose. Voters are tired of rehashing the 2020 election. Okay, I believe they are. Marilyn McCann, San Marcos, California. Bill, you say Kamala Harris is going to raise taxes on everybody. However, she doesn't have that power. Congress would have to do that. Correct. If Republicans retain control of the House and win the Senate, Harris is neutralized. She can write executive orders, and she will, which will be challenged in court, but she will try as hard as she can to get more money out of every single American. And that's the point. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 19 years ago today, one of the most trusted newsmen in America died from lung cancer. Throughout his career, the anchorman reached the top in the television news industry. Here is the story of Peter Jennings. Born in Toronto, Canada, young Peter moved to New York City in 1964 to work as a correspondent for ABC News. His father was an executive for the CBC in Canada. Jennings became a foreign reporter in '68, covering the war in Vietnam, the Israeli hostage crisis at the Munich Olympics, and President Nixon's visit to China. In 1983, Jennings became the sole anchor of World News Tonight. Under his leadership, the program won 16 Emmys. In April 2005, during what would be his final broadcast, the anchor revealed his diagnosis of lung cancer. Said Jennings, quote, As some of you know, I have learned in the last couple of days that I have lung cancer. Yes, I was a smoker until about 20 years ago, and then I smoked over 9/11. Whatever the reason, the news does not slow you down. Peter Jennings died inside his New York apartment on August 7th, 2005. He was 67 years old. Now, I worked for Peter Jennings for 2 years as a correspondent for ABC, appearing on World News Tonight more than 100 times. I also filled in for him on the ABC News afternoon news breaks right before General Hospital. Jennings was pretty funny. He didn't want to do those news breaks, so he gave me a break and let the young correspondent on the air. Peter Jennings was a brilliant broadcaster. I watched him closely, although not a relaxed one. He was very tense up until airtime. Jennings was a liberal man, but he kept his politics mostly out of his reporting. He helped me immensely because he liked my feisty style. That was a career enhancer for sure. Peter Jennings, I believe, would not like what has happened to today's media, especially network news. It is no longer unbiased. It is no longer working for the folks. Back after this. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.